Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar on Aspen Discovery. Aspen LiDA is waiting for you. We have a group of wonderful presenters here today from our Aspen Discovery team. My name is Jessie Zaro, and we'll be monitoring the chat as we go, and I'll let the rest of the team introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Bill Kessler. I'm the Aspen sales consultant. Turn it over to Jordan.
Hi, my name is Jordan Fields, and I'm the Aspen product librarian. And I'll hand it over to Kirsten.
Hey, I'm Kirsten. I'm the developer for Aspen LiDA.
All right, fantastic. So for the next half hour, we'll be talking to you about Aspen Discovery, Aspen LiDA, and all the amazing features that are available. So we'll turn it over to Jordan, and she is going to present an amazing presentation on Aspen LiDA. We're all so excited. Take it away, Jordan.
Yay, and I'm so excited to be showing Aspen LiDA to you today too. Let's get started. So if you don't know, Aspen LiDA is the app associated with Aspen Discovery. And I would just like to thank everyone for coming here today on behalf of the Aspen Discovery team and the Aspen LiDA team, especially Kirsten that you just met with us. So to start off, I just wanted to give you a couple little insights into Aspen LiDA. Aspen LiDA did not start at Bywater. And I don't know how many people know that, but Aspen started as an app created by Christopher Zorn from the Ajax Public Library, actually up in Ontario. And he just wanted to use the APIs and thought that his community deserved an app. So he went ahead and built that for us. It's not the first app that was built using the Aspen APIs. Arlington Public Library actually also built an app off of these APIs. But it was the first one that was released to the community in 2021, so just last year. And looking at that, we thought, well, that's such a great start. We really want an app for all Aspen Discovery users. So we started working with his code and then expanded on it into the LiDA that we know and love, and you'll get to see today. So maybe where does the name LiDA come from? How did we name LiDA what it is? It comes from Library LI Discovery App. And we also loved the name LiDA because LiDA means loved by the people. So there are two different LiDAs, actually. You'll kind of hear us talk back and forth about these and two different ways your libraries can get LiDA. The first is just regular Aspen LiDA, and then the second is library branded LiDA. So before we get into our demo, I want to talk to you a little bit about the differences between these two, and they can be set up different ways. So Aspen LiDA is where patrons search for LiDA itself within the App Store. So whether that's the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and then all of the libraries that use LiDA are in there. So it includes some geolocation that we'll show off today to help you find your library. And this is a common way that apps are done. Hoopla works the same way, Libby works this way with all the libraries in there and kind of geolocating to find it. Within there, there's kind of a combination of the LiDA branding and the library logo branding. So when you'll see today, when you look at the app, you'll see the LiDA logo that you click on. But then when you're finding your library, you'll see the logo for your library. And that's just a limitation that we have when we all share the same app. The wonderful thing about Aspen LiDA is that it is free for any library with Aspen Discovery. We just do a little bit of setup for you, and you can appear in that app alongside everyone else. So that's just a great little bonus of being on Aspen Discovery. Now, for our libraries that want just a little bit more, we do have the library branded LiDA. And the difference here is that you have your own app in the App Store, and you search by your library's name. So if you had the Parker Community Library, you could search for Parker Community Library in the App Store and pull it up, and then the logo would be your library's logo. And you don't actually see LiDA because, of course, like lots of different things, LiDA doesn't mean anything to our patrons, even if it means something to us. You wouldn't see that LiDA branding anywhere. Something that you need to do in order to get that library branded LiDA is the library needs to set up their own account with the app stores. And there is a small fee associated with that. Although I learned from one of our libraries, shout out to Salina Public Library, one of our libraries implementing right now, they were able to get that fee waived through the Apple App Store just because they're set up as a nonprofit. So I know that's not every library, but that may be an option for you. Because of the additional management that it takes to manage the different apps in the different app stores, we do have a small additional charge on top of Aspen Discovery if you wanted that extra library branding for LiDA. So again, we just have Aspen LiDA free. All we have to do is set it up, and then library branded LiDA is where there's no LiDA branding, and you can just search, and everything is by your library's name. Okay. So here you have my phone. Let's say I'm a mom of an elementary school student, and I use the library pretty frequently for a couple of different things. I like to read on my phone a lot. I like to read ebooks. I also have, I'm a member of a book club, and for that, I like to get physical books because I like to actually have the book with me to bring to the book club. My son Sam and I also use the library together. And you'll see he's interested in a couple of different types of books at the library, and we'll look at those books today. But here you see LiDA. I just learned the library has a new app, and I downloaded it. So I'm going to click in. And the first thing you see is select your library, and there's also geolocation involved. So I have set the location I'm at today as a library, so it's finding these libraries first. Of course, if your library doesn't come up in this list, or if you're not in the location where you happen to be on vacation or something and want to get an ebook and download the app, you can always search for your library up here. But I'm going to go ahead and click on Main Library because that's my library. And then just log in like you would in Aspen Discovery with your barcode and PIN. Now, one of the great things about apps is that you can always be logged in. You really just have to go through this login process once, and then it's always here. You can open it up and pick up right where you left off. So you can see when I log in for the first time, I'm on this Discover screen. And what you see on the Discover screen are browse categories like you see on the homepage of Aspen. And mine happen to be automatically personalized for me because I've used the library in the past, so I've saved some searches and I have some lists. So the first search you see right here is online movies. A while back, I learned that my library offered downloadable movies that I could stream to my phone. I could play them on my TV, just like any other streaming service. And a librarian showed me how to save a search. And what this search does is it has all of the movies are sorted by the most recently added to the library, and they're also all available now. So if I sit down and I wanted to watch a movie, this is going to be updated almost every time I open it to the new movies at the library. And I also know that they're available. So I can sit down, open my phone, and stream a movie right away. The second saved search is for my favorite author. Now, I wanted to make sure that I was notified whenever the library added a title by Isabel Allende, my favorite author. So I set up the saved search, sorted it by most recently added to the library, and now as soon as I open my phone, I'll always see if the library happens to have a new title by this author, it'll be right here. And I love how this scrolls. It looks just like Netflix with all the different covers here. But next we have my personalized lists. So it helps me work with Sam to be able to sit down ahead of time and kind of look at some titles he might want to read at the library. It just makes our library visits a little bit more directed. We sit down together, we search for, in this case, dinosaurs. He's really into dinosaurs right now. And we put together a list of things he might want at the library. And now that I have this app, it's going to actually be a little bit even easier to find these titles. I don't have to go in and maybe log in the OPAC station. I can just open my phone, open this up, and he and I can be finding these titles together. The next list is my list of titles I'm tracking that I might want to read for my book club. So every time I hear about a new title on a podcast or on TV, I just quickly save it here. And then when it's my turn to choose a title for book club, I already have a list to choose from. Then we get into some of the titles that the library offers. So right here, we have a list of Overdrive magazines. I didn't know the library had e-content magazines, so that's pretty cool. I should check those out. And then I can also see the titles that the library has on order, which is great too. So if I want to put a hold on one of those new releases, I can do that right from here. But I'm going to stay focused right now. I came to the library for a couple of different reasons. One, I need something new to read right now. And then I also need to go ahead and make sure I get a hold on the new book club book that I have, because I just found out what our new title is last night. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the search screen right down here. Now, the first thing that I see, I get distracted again, are a couple of different quick searches. And these can be customized by the library, and they're really timely right now. The first one is DIY Spring Break, and Sam and I have Spring Break started today. I wonder what's on this list. So I'm going to click in here. Okay. Oh, wow. So there's a couple of different titles. Some of these might have some ideas that would be fun for us. I'm going to go ahead and create a new list. So I can do this right from LiDA. I don't have a list for this, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new list. And I'll call it Spring Break Ideas. You can give it a description if you want to. I'm going to leave this list as private. It's just a list for me. But if you wanted to make it public, if I wanted to share it with another library user, I could absolutely do that. Go ahead and create this list. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else I want? Craft Lab for Kids looks pretty good, so I could click on that. This time I'm going to choose that same list, Spring Break Ideas, and save to that list. Maybe let's see, Recycle and Play. That one looks fun too. Okay, Spring Break Ideas. Oops, save to list. Okay, that's done. Scanning through right down here. I wonder if anything else. Oh, get your garden growing. That's another thing that I'm hoping to do soon. Let's just see what's on this search. Oh, e-magazine. That kind of caught my eye earlier that the library has these now. This is one that I might actually want. So I'll go in and click in and see what it looks like. Huh. Okay, preview from the issue. I can click on that. Oh, and this is great. I can start looking at the magazine right now as a preview. This definitely looks like something that I might want to check out. Again, I'm still just in LiDA. I haven't gone anywhere. I think I'm done with this preview, and I'm going to go ahead and check this out in Overdrive. I use Overdrive all the titles all the time, so this should be easy. Your title was checked out successfully. I could download the title from my account. Great. I'm not going to go to checkouts right now because I'll check that out later. I'm still getting distracted from my main purpose in coming to the library today, which was to get some of those other books on hold. So I'm going to search for, let's do the book club book was Vanishing Half. Do a search for that. Nope. No results found. Did I spell everything correctly? Let me check one more time. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and click into this title. And because this is for my book club, I am gonna go ahead and place a hold on the title. I wonder, we also have this, what else is available in here? Ooh, there's this where is it function. I can see what libraries have it right now. It'll also give me that shelf location. And scrolling down, I get a description out. I could also add it to a list from here, which is going to be great as I'm looking for some of those other titles for my book club list. I don't have to go back to the search results. I can add it after reading the description and decide it's something that I want. But I'm going to go ahead and place a hold. Okay, I usually pick up at the main library, so I'm going to place that hold. Okay, great. Looks like that hold has been placed for me. Now, I want something to read right now while I wait, because I just finished another book. I'm going to go ahead and look for Gone Girl. I just keep hearing pop culture references to this, and I know it's not super new, so I'm guessing they have it. Oh, they do. It's just one of those books that I've been always meaning to read. So this time I'm going to get the ebook because it's just one that I want to read. And go ahead and check out Overdrive. Looks like it's checking out the title. Great. This time I'm going to go to my checkouts to see what I have checked out. Okay. And wonderful. I have Gone Girl that I just checked out. I have Amateur Gardening, that magazine that I checked out earlier. Let's see. Oh, and here's the one that I just finished, The Heart Goes Last. I might as well go ahead and return that one because I finished it. I like to make sure that I return the book so that if somebody else is waiting in line, they can get, oh, there was a That's okay. If it can't return it, sometimes it can't. Let's see. Looking through these, anything else that I want? Notice that I have a couple, these dinosaur and the predator books might look out of place on my account, but these are actually checked out to Sam, my son. So you can see that down here, checked out to Sam and checked out to Sam. Let's see how linked accounts work, because that's what we're doing there is linked accounts. So if you noticed, I went down and clicked into account right down here, and we get this nice little account drawer that opens up, and I can look at my linked accounts. Give it just 1 second and we can see, yep, additional accounts to manage. I can manage my son's account right here. If I wanted to add an account, I can click that right here, and all I have to do is add a library card number and PIN. Now, I don't have anybody viewing my account right now, but if Sam were to log in, he would see that I have access to view his account right down here. So of course you would know if somebody was logged into your account. Okay, so I want to make sure that I got that other title on hold. So I'm going to go into titles on hold and see what I have checked out there. Yep, I definitely have. The Vanishing Half has been put on hold. It's right there. Let's see, so that's coming in. I have this other, well, I don't really want to read Wild anymore. It's not something that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that hold. Great, that was canceled. And then this one's been frozen because I don't want to get too many books in at the same time. So I clicked on that. I'm going to go ahead and thaw this hold. Great. Okay, that's wonderful. Oh, and I noticed right now that this one says pickup location at the East Branch. I'm going to go ahead and change that pickup location to the main library. I must have just clicked the wrong location that day. So that's getting updated. Okay, anything else? I think we're good there. I wonder what else is in here, because I didn't look at everything in my account. So we looked at titles on hold. We looked at checked out titles. Oh, it looks like I can see my lists in here too, so I could click in here. Oh, and my spring break ideas list is already in there. Let's see what else. Profile. Yep, first name, last name. If my address was here, my address would appear there. Phone number, that's all great. That all makes sense with my profile. We looked at linked accounts. I can also look at preferences. Oh, and it looks like those browse categories, there's a lot more here. If there was one more that I was interested in, I could turn those all and manage them here off and on. Don't need to do that right now though. Okay. Oh, I wonder what this does. That looks like it's dark mode. Oh, this is fantastic. I wish I had this when Sam was a baby, because I was always turning on my phone late at night and the brightness would wake him up. So if I want to use this, the bright mode down here, I definitely can. That's pretty cool. Okay. What's in this more link over here? Contact. Okay, oh, that's great. So it knows the main library is my home library. I can get the hours in here. So I know that I can just check to see if the library is open now. I can call the library, email librarian, get directions. That's wonderful. Visit the website. What else am I missing? I haven't clicked on the card down here. Oh, and here's my library card. So now if I just want to run in, I don't even have to make sure that I have my wallet to have my library card with me. I can carry my library card just like a lot of other cards right in this app on my phone. So this is great. It looks like the library's done a really great thing in terms of offering this app. It offers a lot of functionality for me to be able to just be a little bit more of a power user at the library. So that is a first look at two apps.
Maybe a good time to ask, you can use the raise hand feature or just put a yes or no in the chat box. How many people out there have downloaded the app and are currently using it for Aspen Discovery? Awesome. I can already see some people coming up.
And there is a question that came in. So are the downloadable movies something exclusive to the app, or does our library have to have a streaming service?
Your library does have to have a streaming service for that. That is, so the ones that you were seeing were, some of them were Hoopla, some of them were Cloud Library. So it's just pulling in whatever you already have in Discovery.
Excellent. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions while I get signed in again?
I have a few more if you want. You want to?
Sure.
So, so how does a LiDA work for Consortia?
Okay, so the cool thing is that LiDA will work any way that you want it to for Consortia. So if you just all want the normal free, just the Aspen LiDA app, then you're going to find your location just like you would any other location. But if you go with the library branded LiDA, then you can set it up a couple of different ways. So your consortium can all share one consortium branded LiDA. So that way your users would search by the consortium name if that's something that they're familiar with or if that works best for your library. You can also, as a member of a consortium, get library branded LiDA just for your consortium. So that way you would, even though you're a member of a consortium, you can still search for that app by your community name. Those last two, you can actually do a combination of those. So if you have a consortium of, let's say, 20 public libraries and 18 of those libraries are totally fine with sharing the app, then they would have one that's branded for the consortium, and the other two libraries could each have one that was branded.
So this is also the next release that you're viewing. So 2204, we had a question that came in about the lists, and that is coming in the next release. So we're showing you all the amazing things that you're going to see the next time you download, and Kristen will probably tell us when that is coming.
That will be out the same week that Aspen Discovery 2204 is out. So the second week of April.
It'll be a week from next Tuesday. So I don't know the exact April date, but it's a week from next Tuesday. And that's a good point because we do releases for Aspen LiDA and Discovery at the same time every month. So as soon as you get new things for Aspen Discovery, you get new things for LiDA. And we love that we release so frequently because it means that we can give you new features all the time. I'm glad someone noticed that the list features are new. The linked accounts just came out last month. So we are always looking to improve it. And I can tell you those browse categories, we're going to have some improvements around those coming soon too. So one more thing to cover before we get to questions is how do I get LiDA? So you need to already have Aspen Discovery. It's obviously, it relies on Aspen Discovery. It's not an app that's just available to hook directly into an ILS. It works with all of the Aspen Discovery features. But it really is as simple as putting in a ticket with Bywater to turn it on, just to get the regular Aspen LiDA. There's a few things you'll want to do, those quick searches, that gardening search and the spring break search. You can configure those are special LiDA features, and then making sure that your locations have addresses so that we can do that geolocation piece. That's really important for the Aspen LiDA because so many libraries are in there. It makes it so much easier to make sure that they're getting the right library. And there's also, you can turn on a few smaller logos in there, but then for the full library branded LiDA, this is coming soon. We're working with our very first partners and setting it up right now. And we have a couple that have finally gotten their accounts set up with the app stores. So we'll be implementing those. And like I said, you do need developer accounts with Google Play and the Apple App Store in order to do that. But I do want to say that you add us as managers of those accounts. So we do a lot of that process for you. It's just that the account legally has to be through your organization. And we'll send you instructions on how to set those up. There are a few additional logo sizes that you'll have to have. So if you see like the splash screen when it opens or the little icon that you click on to get into the app, we need those logos. So then really, if you have those things or if you're looking into getting those things, you just need to talk to Bill, who's on the call today. Okay, so thank you everyone for your patience as we had just a little bit of slowness there. And does anyone have more questions?
Just some feedback that the app is looking great. Awesome work. Can't wait to start playing with it some more. Sue asked if there's a recommendation for scanners to scan the library card.
Ooh, I know I don't have one off the top of my head. Kristen, do you have any thoughts on scanners?
It just needs to be a 2D scanner. I don't know any like brands or model numbers though. but 2D scanner is that important.
And I know we have a couple people using it. So if you either put in that, you could put that question in if you're one of our libraries as a ticket, and we can make some recommendations, or a shout out to the Aspen Slack channel. Someone was asking about that just earlier this week, and I think there's at least one recommended scanner in there. Any other questions?
Any other new developments that we're seeing in the coming up that we hadn't chatted about yet?
So the browse categories, like we said, there's been a lot of, because you can add so many browse categories to Aspen Discovery and they're formatted a little bit differently, it can become a lot in LiDA, and I pared it down a certain amount today. So we know that we're going to be making it so you decide exactly which ones you want to appear in LiDA. Other than that, we're really looking to our beta testers to help us figure out what's most important to them. And a lot of the features that you saw, those are the features that they asked for. Another one of the features that I know for sure is upcoming soon is the ability to facet. So faceting off of certain facets, especially format, is something that's coming soon. We've also had requests to make sure that all of the content, so the web content and all of the integrations that are available within Aspen Discovery are available with Aspen LiDA. And we will be definitely adding new things every month over time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't see any more questions on my end.
Then will I hand it back over to you, Jesse?
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us today for our webinar on Aspen LiDA. As always, if you have questions, please reach out. You can contact Bill at any time if you're interested in learning more about Aspen Discovery, or for our current partners, you know how to reach us either through Slack or the ticketing system. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Jordan and Bill and Kristen, for answering all of our questions today.